Right. Well, welcome back to the Steph and Nicole show. We are going to fire hose a great load of awesomeness to you today on confidence,
Confidence.
confidence, getting things done and making things happen and having the moxie to do it all.
All right, I
Okay.
love that.
Yes. So make sure that you catch our other podcasts, video casts, whatever you want to call this, that we have out there, and tune in for those that are yet to come. And if you want to hear something specific, let us know. If
Oh
there's a
yeah.
topic, drop a comment on a specific topic you'd like us to talk about.
Okay, I
Yeah.
love it. I know like these are the important topics to us. This is what has helped us build our days and the people around us. So if there's something else you want us to deep dive into, hey, I'm sure we probably read a book on it. We could find a quote or already have a quote that we love.
Yes, absolutely. Let's talk about quotes. You do your quote first this week.
Okay, I was really worried that we were gonna have the same quote, but
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe you got something else for me today, but I have two quotes.
Okay.
The first one, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
You're right. I,
Henry Ford.
yeah, I had that one too, but I figured you would probably have that one. But yes,
So
it is true.
always have a backup. Here is your fire hose tip of the day. Always have a backup. My backup, or just as equally as good, check this out. I got my own back, and that is Maya
Yeah.
Angelou. I got my own back because I have so
Yes.
much self confidence. I got this. All
Yes.
right. What's yours?
Awesome. Well, I just put this little, and it's hard to read, but my chances of success in the background. And so it goes from I won't, 0% likely to be successful to I did 100% likely. So
Okay.
it all comes down to your self-talk, which is a lot of confidence. A big piece of confidence is your self-talk. And so depending on what you say, like, oh, I think I might be able to,
Yep.
50%, that
Ah,
kind of stuff. So this is something I shared with my boys when they were younger. And it's just very important, the words that you say. And that's something I'll talk about later too, and what I do to help build confidence.
yeah. Okay, I love it. So I think I can. Is that at 70% then? I think I can. So if you're literally
Yeah.
just thinking that you can, you are 70% more likely to have success. Okay, I love it.
Yes. And I read that 50% of our confidence comes from our genes, and the other
Like
50%
how they
comes
fit or
genes, genes.
I mean, when I got a good pair of jeans on,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
am
I know.
super confident.
I know.
Okay.
I've yet to find those perfect pair of jeans,
Okay. If
but if I
anyone
had the perfect
sees
pair of
those
jeans,
rolling
yeah,
around, send
yeah.
them our way. Okay, good.
But yeah, 50% comes from your genes, and the other 50% must be formed from experiences, taking action, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Interesting. I've never heard that it comes straight from
Yeah,
your DNA. Okay.
yeah. So then that made me think of Nicholas. And I know you've heard this story because it was in my Pearl Passion, Education, Awesomeness, Resilience, and Love presentation that you've probably heard me do a million times. But um, you know, confidence, when you think really great confidence, you think little kids. And a lot of people will
Oh,
say, think like a kindergartner. It's I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And because nobody's told them 100 times that they can.
right.
It makes me think of Nicholas when he was probably 3 or 4 years old, and he was on my computer using the Microsoft Paint program, and he was making art. And he's like, "You should put this on Facebook for your friends to buy it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Or maybe there wasn't even Facebook yet at that time. I don't think I was on Facebook till 2010. But anyway, he's like, "Your friends are going to want to buy this." And I'm like, "Okay, I will." And I'm like, "Wow, Nick, you're great. You're going to be an amazing artist someday." And he looked at me and he's like, "Mom, I already am." And it's like,
Yeah.
you are. And so we do that to ourselves. We say either someday I'm going to be great at this, or um, I don't know, so many different things, and just do it and be confident in it. And that all comes from taking action.
Right. I mean, action is the first step to confidence. And the only way that you can become more confident is to take those little actions, right? And whether it's a success or a failure, the approach and then retreat, I think, is the number one way to build that confidence.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit of bravery
Oh
too.
yeah, absolutely. It's overcoming fear. It's doing what you
Every
have to do to
right,
overcome
everything
fear.
that I was reading or listening to in podcasts as I was pouring into myself so that I could give it back here was about bravery, you know, and perseverance and stuff like that. So
Let's
bravery
go.
kept on coming up. What else kept on coming up?
Well, let's go into podcasts because I was wondering if we listened to the same one. What was your
Oh,
podcast?
well, I was on Blinkist. I think I went
Okay.
through 10 different books and uh yeah, I didn't catch any podcasts this time.
Okay. All right. I did.
Okay.
I listened to um, what's her name? Blah, blah,
Robbins.
Robbins. I listened to hers.
Yeah.
It's Toolkit for Building an Unstoppable Confidence.
Wow. Yeah.
Robbins, very good podcast. And so she had 5 tools. And her definition of confidence is willing to try. That's all confidence is, willing to try. And it's
Wow.
doing things, gaining mastery over it. She also has a LinkedIn class. Like
Okay.
I've seen a couple people post lately on LinkedIn classes. I haven't taken one there, but there's LinkedIn class called the Science of Confidence that she has. And I did look into the LinkedIn classes, and you can get 30-day free trial of LinkedIn classes. So might be something to add to our tool belt. But do you want to know what her 5 tools are?
Of course I want to know.
Number 1, take action. And she has that 5-second rule.
Right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. And in ULA, we call that ready, set, go. And actually, 2 of her things are similar to, are part of the ready, set, go. The second one is an alter ego. And so
Oh
hers
wow.
is, what would The Rock do? Because she just loves The Rock. And so she's like, okay, if The Rock was in this situation, what would The Rock do? And so
Yeah.
my alter ego is going to be Pink. What would Pink do? Okay. So I'm like, if Pink were in this situation, what would she do? She's going to be my alter ego from now on. The third one is prepare. The fourth one is mindset. Know your why. Try not to live with any regrets. And then the last one is focus on you because you're the only person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. 100% guarantee you
Yep.
are going to be there for the rest of your life. So those were her tools for unstoppable confidence.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I guess we're done for today, everybody.
There you go.
Good job. Close the thoughts. But I thought confidence was the number one thing that everyone can have.
Yes.
It is. It doesn't cost anything for you to walk in a room confidently. And a lot of the people that I get to coach, that's the first thing we work on. And they're like, well, how do I build it? And I was like, go walk into the grocery store confidently. Tell me how it felt. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then go walk into the bank, financial institution, deposit your money, be confident. And then walk into, what other seemingly stressful, mostly social or career driven pieces that they were lacking confidence in. And so those are, that's my thing. You can always put your shoulders back. You can put a smile on your face. And I know that I learned the pose, right, from you.
Power pose. Yeah.
Yep. And so that's some other stuff that everyone can look into. But I also think that with confidence, you have to have faith in yourself. And so,
Absolutely.
like, when I was thinking about it and I was writing stuff down, I was like, it takes courage, it takes perseverance, and it takes faith. And those are the positive reinforcements of that confidence because you can get straight knocked off your confidence podium, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And failure is really good at doing that. But failure is inevitable. So,
It's just a
persistence, get
stepping
back up.
stone. Failure is just a stepping stone.
Yeah, right.
Do it over, do it better. What was I going to say? Oh, well, when you talk about those things, okay, can you bet on yourself? Would you vote for yourself? I would bring that up a lot when I talk too, is like, okay, you're on this poll. Do you vote for yourself? And a lot of people, oh no, why are you running then?
Right.
Why are you on the ballot if you're not going to vote for yourself? And I think as we get older, we're more likely to vote for ourselves, but younger kids, no, they don't often vote for themselves. I guarantee, unless it's when the coaches vote for MVP and stuff for track and different sports, maybe you can't vote for yourself. in those. But anyway, what was I going to say too about that? Uh, shoot, I can't remember, lost it. Yes.
Okay, no worries. I hope it comes back.
Yeah.
But but then it's a skill. Confidence is a skill, and I kind of would maybe push back on that DNA or the genes thing, because I think that it's more of a thought process and a skill. Uh, you know, bite off more than you can chew, and then chew like hell.
Hmm.
That's what I've seen other people that are successful around me do, and so I think that that is what. No reason other than just pure confidence that, yeah, I can figure that out.
Yeah. And I'm kind of, I don't know how I feel about that too, and might need to look into more research, but I don't know if it necessarily comes from genes, but it comes from environment,
Oh,
and
yep.
so we've already talking about Scout, our baby, and she seems very assertive already.
Oh, excellent.
And Nicole's like, yes, we want her to be. She goes, I was raised to be a good girl. Mind yourself, mind your manners, da da da, don't speak up. And we want her to, and I was not raised that way. I was raised to say whatever I want, do whatever I want, that kind of stuff. And I think my boys have that same kind of attitude. And so I think environment might have a bigger play than um, genes. But I'm gonna look into that a little more to
Okay,
see the
good.
accuracy of that stat.
Um,
I thought about what I was going to say before
Okay.
about when you're like smile and confidence and all that kind of stuff. Two different things. One, I teach a course on confident communicator, the confident communicator. So a lot of people want help public speaking and that kind of stuff. And so that's one of the courses that I teach. And that is a hands-on, that isn't, I can't just send you a document and let you go, but confident communicator, but you talk about smiling and body language and all that kind
Right.
of stuff. Confidence is attractive. Confidence is sexy. Confidence is builds others up. And there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. Arrogance is ugly. And so that's what I thought of when you said smile.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look at that smile. I was actually, that was going to be my question. How do you know where the line is between confidence and arrogance? Because I think it's kind of a thin line.
Mhm. It is. What I use to measure that is confidence is when you're sharing stuff about yourself or doing things not with the purpose or intention to make anybody feel bad. Arrogance is like, "Well, I hope they feel like crap after I talk about how amazing I am." So it's the heart behind it, I think, makes
Okay.
the difference between. And if somebody is turned off by your confidence that's coming from a heartfelt place, then
Right.
that's their problem. You know, it's not, but if you're coming from an arrogant, you kind of take your ego out of it.
Right. I think it has to go to, you got to read the room.
Yeah.
So if you're in a room with a bunch of other sharks, if you will, obviously the biggest fish is going to get eaten first. And I'm not saying you have to come in there with arrogance, because I just like people that, I often don't show my cards first. And so, when it comes time for that ace to be pulled
Don't
off,
leave the room with four aces.
right, right. Unless there's another chance you can get back in that room. But yeah, I think that that's what it is too. You have to understand who's in the room with you, or ask questions enough to know. And then um how do you combat someone else, like, okay, oh, that guy is super arrogant.
That is the ego thing too, and that
I just
reminds
said
me.
guy, but
I
girls
know,
can be arrogant too.
you know this story too, but I had a dealing with someone that was on my board at a past position that I had, and I was the director, and he wanted me to just serve coffee and all that good stuff. And I had a little had to walk away. And so my boss says to me, Nikki, put your ego in your back pocket.
Which is also good
And
advice sometimes.
yeah, it is. And it was, I was so frustrated at that time. And I thought it was the absolute worst thing he could have ever said to me. But I have referred back to that 8 million times since then.
Yeah. Yeah, so during dealing with arrogant people, you should expect them everywhere. And that's fine. That's for them. I just let people kind of go on with their day because I get to pick who is in the room and the people that I want to have my back. And so keep that in mind. But also, just to wrap things up, and Nicole, I'll throw it back over to you too. But you will find yourself needing some confidence boosters. So find some ways, like what are the things that the tasks, the pieces, the feelings that you can pull into your day when you need that confidence booster or that pep talk, and make sure that you have them on a list and that you can call on them when you need them.
Yep. Mine are learn more. If it's something I'm not confident,
Of course.
learn, then apply. The other one is talk to others, people who've done there, experts, mentors, whatever it might be. And then a quote or phrase or affirmation. I can do this, or whatever it might be, like a mini pep talk. A
Yep.
walk-up song. Man, every time I went to
Oh,
bat in college for softball,
yeah.
I sang All Star, from the Shrek.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm an
let's
all-star.
get your game
Yeah.
on. Go.
Oh, a walk-up song. And then the power pose, which we talked about earlier. And you can watch that TED Talk by Amy Cuddy to learn more on the positive effects of the power pose.
Okay. Excellent. Did we say books?
We did not.
Okay. I really, really super fast. I only brought one to the game today, and that's Golden Rules by Napoleon Hill. Definitely check that out. It's a super easy read with in my opinion, a lot of good action steps in there.
Awesome. I am listening to Can't Hurt Me by David
Oh,
Goggins right now. That
wow.
is some extreme confidence, but I mean, there's some really good stuff in there. And so,
Yeah.
and if you can listen to it, because they do this, they read the book and then they
Okay.
do an interview style in between each chapter and they talk about it and
Okay.
stuff. So it's stuff you don't get in the book. So it's kind of like a podcast and a book in one. So
Yeah, and anytime you can catch David on his YouTube channel, he's so good there too.
yeah,
Just like,
yeah, he's
wow.
one tough,
And
confident
wow,
mother.
like there's another thing. You can pick up confidence from other people. So
Yeah, yeah,
just like
it's
Nicole said
inspiration.
earlier, yeah, like borrow some of the confidence that I have in you. That's what I tell my students. Like,
Yep.
I'm more confident that you can do this than you are. So just borrow it
Mhm.
from me.
Yeah,
And you just see it like light up in their eyes.
for sure, for sure. Awesome, love that.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, we've got a ton more. Make sure you click through and follow those posts. Leave us a comment. If you've got any books or quotes or anything that we need to see on self-confidence, we absolutely want to do. As you can see, we're sponges. That was your fire hose of the day. Hope you have a great day. Get out and practice your self-confidence.